was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
People like her, the American people should not tolerate. She should be out on her ass.
I think that's a very selfish comment. If we choose political correctness over facts and the truth, everyone that died on that day's sacrifice would be for nothing.
The media and the politicians, they're looking for this response that will get them the views, that will get them the comments, that will fan the fire, and none of that serves the people who either responded to the incident, the people who lost. It does nothing for us.
I think the broader message is if you're gonna say never forget, never forget.
She should sit there and learn about 9/11, learn about what the American people went through. History is a very, very valuable tool.
We are back at 10:30 Eastern Time on this Tuesday morning, this horrific, incredible, not to be believed Tuesday morning. You are looking at live pictures of the World Trade Center where just a few minutes ago, within the last minute actually, the second Twin Tower collapsed.
So I wasn't supposed to work that morning.
The morning of 9/11 was like every other morning.
The radios in my office started going wild. My phone started ringing off the hook.
I remember another guy who was a senior firefighter telling me that a plane had went into the World Trade Center. It was on fire, and I just remember hearing the chief saying, like, everybody has to get out, get away, get out. And I'm looking up at this building, and I'm like, it can't come down.
You know, the debris started falling around us. Debris started getting larger and larger. Then there were I-beams coming down.
And off to our right was a photographer. And I was thinking to myself, I says, it's kind of weird, like there's like a huge emergency going on and this guy's taking pictures. And that guy yelled, "Run for your life." I was thrown underneath the south walkway.
Cars were on fire all over the place. It was just like a big pit of just flames of cars on fire all over the place.
We witnessed 60, 80 people who were jumping to their deaths.
Everybody that I loved flashed in front of my eyes. And I just remember thinking to myself, whatever's gonna happen, just let it be quick.
I just remember devastation. It was just completely destroyed. And sort of, that's the best way I can describe it.
I was able to get through to my voicemail. And I had a message from my mother, which kind of just tore me to pieces at that point. She basically sounded like she was saying goodbye.
Yes, what they did was horrific and it scares me every day. But my concern right now is for all these politicians to realize that there was a sacrifice that was made. And it's a sacrifice that's still being made today. And they need to acknowledge that. If you want us to go out and risk our lives for this country, then you gotta make sure that you're taking care of its people. Because if you don't, nobody's gonna ever wanna do it again.
They weren't there. They don't understand the depth of what happened that day.
The most important thing is that people don't forget. Because if we forget, then my coworker's ultimate sacrifice would have been for nothing.
I think the broader message is if you're gonna say never forget, never forget.